On your next trip to the pump, you'll probably be spending more money. And with the crisis going on in Libya, it doesn't look like these high gas prices are going away. As you can see behind me, there's a big pressure system kind of pushing through the East Coast. Now here's Tyler's website, Pyramid of Pixels. Now he also uses Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube to help drive people to this site. Every step I take along this area of the border, I'm being monitored by the sonic barrier. So when I go like this, the system picks up my movement even more. Unfortunately, we don't get to see a winter wonderland like some places do, but you know what? That's why we live in Arizona. Most of us do. And the decision of the board isn't an easy one. How to survive cuts of millions. It is going to be warm on Wednesday, tomorrow, but then as you can see, we are going to get into the cool temperatures, and by Saturday and Sunday into the weekend, we're going to be at a cool 82 degrees. Well, the U.S. Border Patrol and the National Guard might monitor the border. They are also getting a little help, and this group isn't one that's sponsored by the government.
It's almost surreal to think that something like this could happen just right here in Tucson.
She might be shocked, but with her angel wings on the back of her shirt, Tucson native Samantha Cooper is paying her respects.
And so we're all here to show support for everybody in Tucson who are affected by this.
Samantha and hundreds of other people held hands, embraced each other tightly, and gathered outside 9-year-old Christina Green's funeral. Eric Reinhardt was one of the many people there. He traveled from Phoenix to help make sure that the Westboro church group didn't cause commotion outside the funeral.
And they don't need any more harassment. Just let these people, unfortunately, have to bury their daughter in peace and quiet.
The Westboro church has gained notoriety because of their extreme stances on hot-button issues. They were expected to protest at the funeral, so the Arizona legislature worked quickly to pass Senate Bill 1101. Right now, I'm about 300 feet away from the church behind me, the church where Christina Green's funeral was held. Now, under a new Arizona law, anybody that wants to protest a funeral can do so, but they have to stay the distance of a football field away, or about 300 feet in length. If the Westboro church group had come out, Eric and his crew would have made sure that they didn't interfere with the funeral.
They would be behind us, we would have our backs to them, and all we would do is just shield them as best we possibly can.
But in the end, mourners like Samantha were able to light candles, hold flowers, and wave flags to help remember the precious life of a 9-year-old who was laid to rest quietly and peacefully. You've probably seen the pictures of the protests and heard some of their chants. The Tea Party movement has gained momentum across the U.S. and at times has gotten some heat for not being diverse, not being welcoming to African Americans and Latinos.
This is a group that largely is white and old and conservative.
Here in Phoenix, a new Tea Party group has formed in recent years, the Latino Legal Immigrant Tea Party Patriots.
It's no accident that they chose that moniker to describe themselves in a way to say, look, we're not racist. We support SB 1070, and we have Hispanics who happen to be legal.
There are about 45 members of this group. On this day, they were protesting in front of the state bar to show their support for a former ally of Sheriff Joe Arpaio's.
Support Andrew Thomas!
They also spend their time attending the Senate committee meeting on border security with other Tea Party groups.
We believe in smaller government. We believe in knowing where our tax dollars are spent.
Historically, Latinos have aligned themselves with the Democratic Party. In Arizona's last gubernatorial election, 71% voted Democratic, while only 28% voted Republican. But now some Democratic Latinos have switched parties, people like Susan Swartz.
I was a Democrat up until last year. I voted all my life as a Democrat.
Susan is a member of the Latino Tea Party group and has been for a little less than a year. For now, Susan and the other members will hold up their signs and wave their flags to help spread their message. A new voice in a new party. With her shoe covers and hairnet on, Katie Wenzel is ready to start her shift.
Really come in like 6:53.
As a nurse at the Arizona Burn Center in Phoenix, Katie takes care of severely burned patients who are beginning their road to recovery. But sometimes for Katie, it's tough to just make it through the day.
I have to remind myself that there's a person under there, because really what you see does not look very human.
Every day, Katie takes care of patients like Jose Delgadillo, who came to the center just 1 month ago after suffering an accident where he burned 35% of his body.
Yo pensé que ya no iba a vivir.
I didn't think I was going to live, but thank God I'm alive.
As he sheds back tears, Jose is almost ready to go home, all thanks to the special woman who was always by his bedside.
Me ha cuidado.
She cared for me. She helped me when I needed. She's a really good nurse.
Like Jose, Katie also sheds a few tears from time to time.
I didn't fully cry last night, but I was very emotional.
Getting someone like Jose through recovery is one of the best feelings Katie can have in life.
It feels really rewarding to see that person be able to have their life. I mean, that's why you were doing all of that work in the first place.
In the end, Jose has just one thing to say to Katie.
I love you, Kat.
As they hold each other's hands, they both know the road to recovery may be long, but they say it sure is worth it. I'm Kylee Gauna here at the Snowball Ski Lodge in Flagstaff, where skiers haven't hit the slopes just yet, but that could all change because some winter weather is expected up in the high country next week. So hot lately. It's crazy to think it's November and we've had temperatures in the 90 degrees. But currently outside right now, it's not 90. That's great. It's 88 degrees. That's because that high pressure system's over in the west coast is kind of pushing through, and there is some activity over in the Grand Canyon causing some breezy conditions and also causing some wind. You know, I can't make a good snowball here just yet, but that could change because winter weather is expected to hit up in the high country next week. Flagstaff is expected to get about 1 to 2 inches of snow. But you know what? Right now outside, it is a gorgeous day here in Flag.